You know, everyone loves a good cupcake or cookie. I know I do, as you can see. But have you ever considered using baked goods as a way to express yourself?
Who would have thought that baked goods could be used to show off your individual interests, style, and personality? Welcome to Celebrate Michigan. I'm Chris Benson.
And I'm Dennis Newbacher. Joining us today is Kelly Rinaldi. She's the founder of Cinamom Creations, a baking company based in Waterford, Michigan, that creates specialty designs for cakes, cupcakes, and cookies. They're designed to bring out the uniqueness of the client or the event.
Kelly, welcome to Celebrate Michigan.
Thanks for having me.
Nice to have you here.
Thunderous applause.
The creative juices have come out in you.
Yes, yes. So tell us about Cinamom Creations.
Well, I'm a home-based bakery where people call me, friends, family is how it started, and I make cakes, cupcakes, cookies for birthdays, anniversaries, surprises, all different types of events.
Is this something you always wanted to do?
No, I never ever imagined
Somebody
that
kind
I
of
would
move
be.
you along
Yes.
and say, Kelly, you should do this.
Absolutely, and I was shocked and told them no, it was not going to happen.
Yeah.
Oh.
But and I found out that I was good at it, and I like doing it.
Sure. Well, you'd started working in other businesses, but we had talked before the show about the work that you did at Buddy's Pizza, of all
Yes.
places. Not that we're here to advertise Buddy's Pizza, but you know that you didn't even think about doing that at Buddy's.
No, I had no idea that I would end up doing desserts. Making pizzas is a lot. It's a lot of the same, but a lot different than making specialty cakes for people's surprise occasions and events.
Yeah.
So what are the kind of different events that you might make a dessert for, a specialty dessert item?
Well, I have some ladies that just get together and they have a ladies gathering once a year, once every 6 months, and they'll do high heel cupcakes for their event, and high heels reflect the ladies that are at the event. I've done
high heel cupcakes. That's
yes,
fun.
they're really
That's
fun.
kind of a neat idea, isn't it?
They're really fun.
Yeah.
Cheesecakes that reflect the person that the event is for, and a lot of birthdays, lots and lots of birthdays, and anniversaries.
What's the top flavor? What do they want most when they come to you?
Well, if it's a event for a large amount of people, most people go with white.
Okay.
It's safe, it's easy, and it's delicious. Chocolate would be the next, but I love when people ask me for a specialty flavor because it lets me expand a little bit. Lately, banana is very popular.
Oh, I love banana.
I'm doing a butter
It appeals to
pecan.
me.
Oh,
Oh,
there you
it's
go.
good.
Oh my goodness.
Jokes right away.
Right away.
Bad.
I'm doing a butter pecan cupcake for a wedding next month, or this month.
Well, but you mentioned pecans. Now, is that a concern that you have about using nuts or using some ingredients in your cupcakes or your cakes?
Absolutely. The client themselves, I think, are more concerned about going to that level because they don't know if there's going to be somebody in the audience or in their group that would not be able to eat it. And I think that's a hesitation for a lot of hosts. They want everybody to try the cake or be able to have the cake. So a lot of people avoid nuts just in general.
Right, right. We're going to see you in action here in just a couple of minutes, but you do it out of your home. Is there ever been a concern when people say, you're not supposed to do this in your home? Does the state allow you to do that? Does the city of Waterford, Michigan allow you to work out of your home and do this business?
Ironically, it has not come up as a concern. I have seen people voice opinions on Facebook per se and be concerned, but Michigan does have a cottage kitchen law that covers someone like myself who wants to work out of our home as long as we fit into their guidelines and we do that the way they need us to do, then we meet their guidelines and we're good to go.
Wow,
And the name is just so interesting,
it is.
Cinamom Creations. Where did that come from?
Well, because I'm a stay-at-home mom and that's really my focus in my everyday, my husband actually came up with the name. He is a cook, and cinnamon is one of our favorite flavors, and he worked on it one night and came up with Cinamom because being a mom is the most important, and cinnamon is one of our favorite flavors.
I like
so.
it.
We should see Kelly Rinaldi in action. So
That
why don't we
sounds
watch
great.
this video, little clip, watching Kelly work. Let's see. Oh, that's neat.
Yeah, Kelly.
You're wearing the same top too, only without the embroidery
Without
on it.
the embroidery.
That's pretty.
Yeah. So it sounds like, and it looks like this is a process. I mean, this takes a lot of work. This is a physical workout to make these creations. It's not
does.
just beautiful, but you're getting a workout there.
You are, especially when you're rolling out fondant, you work out muscles that you didn't even know existed, and you're pushing that rolling pin and making it happen.
And you're on your feet a lot.
You're on your feet a lot, yeah.
And Dennis and I are very curious about this fondant. So tell us about this, because we understand icing, frosting. I can get that, at the store, but fondant.
What does that mean?
Tell us.
Fondant is marshmallows and powdered sugar with a little bit of water.
Oh, okay.
And it is amazing. I mean, if you like sugar,
I do.
It's a great thing.
Yes.
When I didn't like fondant before I started baking, and then when I started making it myself, I just realized that it just tasted really good, and it makes for a great smooth surface.
Like this.
Yes. If you want a smooth-looking cake, it also is great for decorations, and you can mold it, make it. I make a lot of 3D cakes, so it's really good for making a dog's head out of a cake or any of the embellishments that are on the outside.
Perish the thought, though, that for me, that I would have something that's sugarless, a cupcake or a cake, but that is a consideration, just like allergies. You have to consider that. How often are you requested, say, hey, Kelly, we need something that's a sugarless cake?
It happens more often than you think, and it's a very easy fix. Applesauce does the trick if you get unsweetened applesauce.
Oh, that's a great idea.
It generally does the trick. Or bananas. You usually don't have to add sugar to a banana cake, because if you give the bananas are ripe enough, they make it pretty sweet.
Oh, boy, absolutely. Well, we're going to take a break in the next few seconds, but you said that this is not. You're in it to make money, but you're mostly for the creative aspects of it. It sounds like very labor intensive. I mean, for somebody at home watching, I'd like to do what Kelly's doing. Tell them we're going to come back and talk more about that. But I'm thinking this is not as easy as it looks.
It is not. It's definitely more than you think it's going to be. Generally, one cake will take about 8 to 10 hours to put together, depending on the level of detail that's needed.
Wow.
But when you're making everything from scratch and you're creating all the different levels and the different decorations, it takes quite some time.
It's a full day of work or more.
Well, I do it in the middle of the night when my son is sleeping.
Do the homework with him during the day.
That's
right?
right. There you go.
Okay.
Well, we're going to take a short break, and when we come back, we're going to do a little more decorating, and actually, we're going to get to do some decorating.
No.
Can't wait!
I don't know about that.
We'll be right back.
In the event of a car crash, 3 out of 4 kids are not as secure as they should be because their car seats are not used correctly. But the latch system makes it easier to get it right and to hold your kids tight. Anchor, tether, latch. Learn more at safercar.gov.
Yes, ready. Go get it.
Oh, come on, Randy. Animal shelter, here I come. And no, I'm not crazy or emotionally damaged. That's a stereotype. I just belong to a total loser. I'm a good dog. So if you want a pet, adopt. And if you see Randy, tell him he dropped his wallet.
You realize that 49 million Americans struggle with hunger? That's 1 out of every 6 Americans. These people are around us every day. They're our friends, they're our coworkers, their kids go to school with our kids. Sometimes we're not even aware that they're struggling. This problem is closer than you think, but so is the solution.
Play a role in ending hunger. Visit feedingamerica.org/hunger and find your local food bank.
Kickflip 6 stairs takes determination. So will getting into college. I've got what it takes. So do you.
In the kitchen, if you want want to call it that. Welcome back to Celebrate Michigan. I'm Dennis Newbacher.
And I'm Chris Benson. Joining us today is Kelly Rinaldi, founder of Cinamom Creations.
Oh, you brought some samples with you.
Look at
I
those.
love
I
this. This is
did.
appropriate for this time of year.
I was hoping. We got
Yeah.
some.
I can hold that for you if
There
you
you
want
go.
to
We
talk
got some
through that.
pumpkins and skeletons.
Oh, wow.
I did a rose, which you're going to learn how to do. It's very, very easy.
Me? I'm gonna learn, or
you're gonna
Dennis is-
either
Oh,
one.
boy.
Either one. It's very easy.
Nice going. Thanks, Chris, for volunteering.
She doesn't know my skill level yet.
I'm telling you, you'll be surprised at how easy it
Okay.
is.
Yeah.
And then I brought some cookie cutters to make some
wow.
flowers out of some fondant. If
Okay.
You know,
wanna
this
do
is
that.
this is quite a business that you have. But when you decided to do this, then you were able to buy a variety of things to decorate. So this is available to folks like Chris and I on the streets. Hey, we want to go decorate a cake. We can buy these same things.
Absolutely.
But you have a special touch that you add to this. I mean, it's nice to have these things for me, but I'm not going to do what you're doing. I mean, I don't think I'd ever be capable of doing that.
And I thought the same thing.
Oh.
I totally thought the same thing. When my friend approached me, I thought there's no way that I would be able to do this. And little by little, you give yourself a little bit of leeway and you play. It's really about
You
playing.
kind of experiment on somebody and say, that you said, listen, you need something for your birthday or for your upcoming anniversary celebration or this wedding. Wedding, of course, is a whole different story, I'm assuming. But
Yeah.
Is that how you started? Is that what was your first one, just out of curiosity? What did you make first?
My first one would be I had made little pumpkin pies for
okay.
Thanksgiving.
Yum.
And I just thought it would be fun and something intimate. I think I saw it somewhere else. And I thought, well, what the heck? And it worked out. And then from there, I think the very first cake was probably like a communion cake or a birthday cake. But I think the main thing is I didn't want to do any of it.
Right.
Somebody kept giving me ideas, and they'd say, can you make this? And I'd go, I don't think so, but we'll figure it out.
Well, you know, my dad would tell me when I would work on a car when I was a kid, he'd say, as long as you have the tools, you can do it. You know, you can have talent, but you need the tools. You have to have the tools. The
You
correct
do
tools.
have to have the tools.
We have the tools.
Let's do it.
We should do it.
All right, let's do it.
All right,
Let's
Kelly,
talk.
we've
Okay,
done enough
very good.
talking.
Yeah.
Show us
Are
what
you
to do.
ready?
Yes, Dennis, we're ready.
Okay, yes. So this is.
This is the
Notice how I put one in
Oh,
front of
I
him.
watch how people do that. They
This
hold
is the
that
rose
properly.
petal.
Okay.
What's this little thing called here? This little gizmo you put the frosting into. Is there anything special? Just a decorator?
Yeah, it's a decorating bag.
Decorating bag.
Yeah,
Okay,
the
good.
icing
Okay.
bag.
Yeah.
And you twist it to give it some pressure.
Okay.
And you're going to just use your hand. All
Okay.
right.
Okay.
Okay.
And then you're going to start in the center.
Oh,
and
boy.
it's real
Bring
easy.
this camera right over here so we can kind of see it on that camera right
Yeah.
there.
And you're just going to go in a
Oh,
circle.
look at how that looks.
But you're using your hand.
Yeah,
the
look at the
pressure
touch
of your
that you
hand.
have.
She's really good at this.
Well,
And then you have a rose.
Okay.
It's really,
All right.
really easy.
and what is this? This is just a plain, a simple frosting.
This is
flavor?
just buttercream.
Buttercream.
Okay.
Okay.
Vanilla
Smells
buttercream.
good,
Sure,
huh?
it does smells wonderful. Okay.
Okay.
I like to. You don't mind? I want to try.
Go
I think
for
you
it.
should try.
Go
Okay,
for it,
all right,
please.
great.
That's
All
why
right.
I put the
All right,
cupcake there
twist,
for you.
Make
twist.
sure you
Okay.
have
all right.
some-
Can you see me? Right. Okay. So.
I'll pull this back
Oh,
here
well,
so
thank
we
you so
can-
much.
There you go.
We can really show off the skills.
Okay, we'll use up this segment time here
And
of
can I
me
try this
trying
one?
to
Yeah.
do
Okay.
this. Oh, look at this. This is fun.
Squeeze here and then.
And then just circle. And
Okay.
it's tight because it's a little cold. But
Okay. Oh, mine does
You
not
know-
look as beautiful as that one
Yes,
did,
but
Kelly.
it's going to look
Oh,
fun.
should you
It's a
start
swirl.
on the edge or start in the middle? Look, hey, look at this.
Well, y'all did
rose?
it backward.
Oh, I did.
So
Well, see,
yours
I
was
actually.
supposed to be from the center, and yours is supposed to be from the outside.
Is that
so
right? See
I guess
that?
I didn't
See-
direct you very
oh,
well.
you did a nice job. You did a nice job on it.
Wait, I can make
Yeah.
it better.
Okay, oh, there you go.
Absolutely.
Well, and that's what that's what your clients are looking for, right?
Yeah.
They're creative.
They're
Do
looking
they
for-
allow you to do what you feel, or do they give you instructions, or is it a combination of?
It's a
of things?
combination, but definitely I have leeway, which is awesome because
Yeah.
I really want to get to what they're looking for,
Right.
but I don't want to duplicate somebody else's work.
Right.
Sure.
Will you go to the? If you're going to have a party at a certain place, will you go to the event first? Not that the event has started, but talk to the mom or the dad or the couple that's getting married and find out a little bit
Sure.
about what they are interested in this certain item that you're going to decorate.
Absolutely. And then
Yeah.
if they're
Listen
stumped,
to what they have to say.
If they're stumped and they can't figure out what they want, then I'll ask about decorations. So a lot of times I can just tie it into the decoration and it just becomes a flow in their party.
Yeah.
But
Well,
most everybody comes with an idea.
do they? Now, you've done wedding cakes. Now, you're not going to let us do a wedding cake, obviously.
Mm-hmm. I don't think you'd want this, but maybe. I don't know. This could be wedding.
But this is a building block, right? I mean, if
Absolutely.
this is a start. You had to do this before you do the wedding cake, right?
Oh,
so,
yes.
what's involved in a wedding cake, and what are we talking about cost? First of all, what are we talking about? A dozen cupcakes. We did this. Chris obviously is
I mean,
better
look
than
how
am I.
great this is. I think people
that's-
would pay a lot of money for this.
Well, but how much would they pay for this? And
Let's find out.
Okay.
Generally, a average cupcake with frosting is $1.50 each.
Okay.
With decorations on top, it goes up $2. Then this happens to have fruit in the cupcake, so I had to
Delicious.
accommodate for that.
Sure. Now, how about a wedding cake?
Wedding cakes, I try to stay with the same pricing. I know that a lot of companies out there do, and I understand why. It's stressful. There's a lot of things involved in a wedding.
That'd be nerve-wracking.
It's very nerve-wracking, way more nerve-wracking than my own wedding,
I'd be
telling you.
concerned about even transporting the
Yes,
cake to the
most
destination.
definitely.
That would be like, I don't want to get stuck in traffic on a hot day with frosting that
Well,
could
getting there on
melt.
time.
air
Hit the
conditioning.
brakes. Oh,
Yeah, exactly.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah.
But I try and stay around the $2 to $3. It depends on how many people, how many tiers. The cake that we saw earlier, I don't know if you know, that was a fake cake. It was made out of styrofoam.
Huh?
This is
Good
very,
thing I
very
didn't
popular.
just, you know.
Right.
Yeah,
Well,
exactly.
and would you see that cake on your website? It's cinamom.com, is that correct?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, that cake. What happens at weddings? A lot of people are using the styrofoam cut cake as their presentation, and then they have
Right.
sheet cakes in the back.
And it's more economical that
It's
way. I've
economical.
heard.
The reception flows faster,
Right.
Because they don't have to wait for
So
the
you
cake
decorated
to
the
be cut in.
styrofoam, is what you're telling us?
I did.
Wow.
See,
okay.
she
For
has
a
a
wedding.
sense of humor because, as I noticed, good catch and good reflexes. She has to keep calm and bake on.
okay.
So you've got to have a sense of humor when you do this.
You
And
have to.
You're definitely going to need a sense of humor to stick with us because we're going to have you show us how to decorate a few more things.
Yes.
We're going to take a quick break in just a minute and talk more about this. But I love this, and I think this is important to have. So.
What does it say again? Let's see. Keep calm.
And bake on.
And bake on.
So keep calm. Don't change the channel. We'll be right back with more Celebrate Michigan.
All right, see you then. That's great. so I win.
When life's this hard, it's no wonder 7,000 students drop out every school day. Visit boostup.org and help kids in your community stay in school.
In 1977, an 8-year-old boy picked up the game of golf from his father. The odds of that same boy then making it to the US and European Pro Golf Tours, 1 in 7 million. The odds of the Big Easy winning the US Open twice, 1 in 1.2 billion. The odds of him having a child diagnosed with autism, 1 in 110. Ernie Els encourages you to learn the signs at autismspeaks.org.
Nice. No! Oops. Yeah, sure. Let's go.
Moms everywhere are finding ways to keep kids active and healthy.
Works every time.
Get ideas, get involved, get going at letsmove.gov.
Welcome back to Celebrate Michigan. I'm Chris Benson.
And I'm Dennis Newbacher. Joining us today is Kelly Rinaldi, founder of Cinamom Creations, a specialty treats baking company. And we've had a lot of fun of these first couple of segments, so let's continue with this.
So Kelly, now what are we doing here? You've got all kinds of fun here on the table for us. Talk us through it.
Okay, one of the things that I think is important to know is that anybody can do this. In all honesty, I know Dennis keeps saying he can't do it, but he can do it because it's all in being okay with goofing it up. Because you can just scrape it off and start all over. Honest to goodness.
And a delicious mistake as well.
And a delicious mistake as well.
That's a good point.
So this time you're going to make some grass.
Oh, okay.
I saw that
You're
on
gonna-
what you did.
You're going to make.
okay.
Oh yeah, you did see it in
I'll
that,
hold
didn't
that
you?
up. How about if I
Now
hold
make sure
it?
you hold that tight.
Okay, gotcha.
That'll let you focus on the
And then
creation.
you're just going to
Okay. I'm gonna-
put it down, pull it up,
Oh, look at that.
and then
My head's
pull it
probably
off.
in the way.
Oh.
Okay. You got it. Oh, there you go. Thank you so much.
And
Oh,
With a
oh,
paintbrush
I love it.
even.
So you can kind of go around the edge here
Yeah,
if I
just-
want.
That looks awesome.
And you're making grass.
It's a
Look at
clever
you,
idea. It's a
you're
clever
making grass.
idea.
You can make hair.
Okay.
Oh.
Yeah. You could do a lot with
I
this.
did a Chewbacca cake for my
How
son's
fun
birthday
is
with
that?
it. And it's just a tip.
I should put like eyes and ears. No.
There you go.
That's the
There
hair
you
right
go.
there.
How
That's very
much
cool.
would you pay for this cupcake?
And then the next thing
yeah.
you're going to do is you're going to make some flowers.
Okay, so I'm just
So
pressing in
you
there.
press that down.
Okay, pressing
cute
down.
And it's
Yeah,
going to
just-
pull right out.
Oh, and I've got. Oh, can I
look
can
at
I put
those.
that in my garden? Will you hold
Oh,
my cupcake garden here,
absolutely,
Dennis? Thank you so much.
absolutely.
Look at that.
All right.
That is.
Now before you take it off of the thing,
Okay.
pull it up
Pull it up.
and keep it. I'm going to keep it inside there.
Okay.
Oops.
Look at this. This is.
It's got a little sticky.
Well, lest we think this is
let's
like
do the white one.
they did this for thousands of years.
Okay, now-
I understand that baking, this kind of work, this creative work is only just a very short, I did some research on this, maybe a couple hundred years old.
Oh,
And
wow.
what really changed things was the fact that you could variably change the temperature of an oven. And for thousands of years, that couldn't happen until like the early 1800s, when they finally came to variable heated ovens. Not that everybody needs to know this information, but I just thought I'd say that. It made a difference in baking, and people got creative. And then the French started decorating because they thought it was a good idea to make more money for the baked goods that they made.
There you
Now,
go.
if you didn't come, you wouldn't have learned that
I
if you
didn't
didn't come
know
to this show
that.
today.
So now you're making an imprint in your flour.
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's also making a little bit
Look at that.
raised.
That's a pretty flower, actually.
I went.
And you made two? Look
I
at
did. I
that.
had this kind of
Oh.
like. This, I'm just gonna take a little creative license with this. I don't know that people would pay $24 for these cupcakes, but let me just turn those petals up and look at that.
That is very
Look
pretty.
at
Look at that. That is very, very pretty.
Kelly, I
Here's a little
understand.
itty-bitty one.
Oh, there's a tiny one. I understand
that
that
in.
you are a stay-at-home mom who's working at home,
Yes.
running this business, taking care of little ones. How do you do all this and then still create these absolutely beautiful, tasty creations?
Well, mostly I work during naps and bedtime.
Oh, gosh.
I'm a night person anyway, so it kind of works out. But little hands want to dig in, and sometimes then they don't understand when they're little that it's not their birthday. So, because every day is their birthday. But now he's almost 3. He will help me.
Oh.
And he'll have a little station, and he does his ABCs with the fondant, and then of course he samples a lot.
When do you sleep then? That's what I'd like to
Yeah.
know. This is somebody when you own your own business, when you run your own business, they tell me that's the biggest part of their lives is that it's all their job.
It can be.
It's their
It can
life.
be. And it's all dependent on you. Mine goes in flows. I work mostly the weekend, where I have the week to do stuff. The other thing is I can pick and choose the assignments that I want to take, and a lot of the stuff I can do ahead of time. The fondant work I can do ahead of time, and now that Keaton's involved, I'm more flexible to do it during the day, or I get my mother-in-law involved in.
And you're involved in, I heard, in a mom's group too. So tell
Yes.
us a little bit about that as a women business owner and then involved with the group. Tell us what that's about.
Well, the Moms Club is for stay-at-home moms, and we just get together to be able to share ideas, share concepts, but a lot of times we don't know how to do something else besides being a mom, and we don't want to take away from being a mom. So there's a lot of us that have done something on the side, and it's just a really good support network to know it's okay. It's okay to want to do the career without the career, the typical traditional career.
Sure.
a lot of people are doing it and still, be able to be there for our children.
Yeah, but I think a lot of people get into it, and maybe I'm wrong in my thinking, so correct me if I am, thinking that they're going to do really well, that they're going to make a lot of money, and they don't need the corporate level of work, and they don't need the benefits. They're going to make a ton of money, and everything's going to be fine. You're telling me that it sounds like that's not really the case.
It is not the case. It's not the case. I think for me, going into it, I wanted to do something that I was going to enjoy. My first around with career, I loved what I was doing, but I hated being there. Now I like going into my kitchen. I like making creations for people. I have autonomy to be able to make decisions and have fun and work when I want to work when I don't want to work. But it is a lot of hours. If you want to, when I started, I was not going to be this creative. I was just going to make cakes and be done with it. And then I said, I'm never going to work on fondant, ever. I'm not going to touch fondant. I'm only going to do frosting. And then somebody asks, and you're like, okay, I'll try it. And I'm never going to do a 3D cake. I'm never going to do a wedding cake. That would be too stressful. But you just figure out where you're comfortable going, and if you're comfortable giving the time, because I would never make the money I made in the corporate world, the hours I put in.
And is there something you've not made that you'd like to make? Has anybody asked you, not asked you what you would hope they'd ask you to make?
I don't think so, but as soon as it happens, it's like, oh, I've been wanting to do that but didn't know. So, yeah, I love flavors.
Right.
I love when people come up with different flavors and different ideas.
And we just have a few minutes left, but what tips do you have for people who want to do, they're watching the show right now and they're thinking, I want to be her. What would you offer them? What's one piece of advice, the most important thing you would say to someone who's thinking of doing what you're doing?
I would say jump in and do it. Find somebody like me that likes to do it, and they'll show you how to do it. If you want to just take your regular everyday cake and make it a little bit moister and a little better, add vanilla, an extra egg, and use milk instead of water, and I'm telling you, no one will know that you made this cake, that it was a bakery cake.
Wow.
An extra egg, vanilla, and milk.
Thank you for letting us be pretty creative like this. It's kind of fun, although we're not as good as you, and that's good.
No, but
it's your business.
If someone wanted to see, they'd go to www.cinamom.com, correct?
Yes.
Wonderful. Well, Dennis, I'm ready to go take a couple bites out of this cupcake. What do you think?
I'm anxious to have you try them because
love it, absolutely.
Well, thanks so much for joining us for Celebrate Michigan, and we can't wait to see you next time.
Look forward to it. Thanks, Kelly.
Thank you.